While I wait for this, I'm at the beach up. Oh.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
Oh, yo!
Take this here with all the ice on in the boat. She fill my mind up with ideas. I'm the highest in the room.
Jumpin', them boys up to something. Made it spend like 2 or 3 weeks out the country.
I'm getting so cold. I ain't wait this hard since I was 18.
We them boys. We them boys.
Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty. Lamborghini Mercy. Lamborghini Mercy. Jesus, the notorious just. Please us with your lyrical thesis.
Maybach music.
And before we can even get started, the Don enters the chat early. I love it. It's E. Ross, you know. Listen, his tears can cure cancer. Too bad he never cries. It's E. Ross. His passport doesn't even have a photo. You open it and it just says, you don't know who the fuck it is? This is E. Ross. You know what I mean? He once went to a psychic and warned her that she was in danger. A psychic, you know. E. Ross. That's who he is. That's who we're dealing with, people.
Maybach music.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, today could be a Monday where we could be like, shit, man, we're still this amount of points clear from Man City. But we're not. They're not going away quietly, are they? They're not. They are not going to die easily. We're going to have to knock them out. Dare I say, people, and this might be the craziest delusional take that you'll hear on BBK Sports all week. Because at the weekend, you hear Tony on here was saying a whole lot of delusional shit. And I'm sitting there like, damn, what's he talking about? But what I'm about to say might be the most delusional shit ever. We might have to go to the Etihad and win. We might have to go there and knock City out. Yeah, we might have to do that. Because a performance like yesterday, brother, I don't know what them men are on, but they pulled it out the bag. I think Gunnar SC was the only person that said Liverpool win. I don't know if Wahaha did or not. I know I didn't. I saw what happened yesterday as the most unlikely result of all of them. It was either going to be a draw or a Liverpool win in my head. The most likely results. The complete opposite happened. What the hell? Now, I think Gunnar SC might have been trolling because he picks crazy results all the time. He go against the grain. You know, he said we would lose to Leeds or draw with Brentford, and pretty much every game that he said we would lose, we've kind of done well in. Because there's PTSD there. But I think he said that Liverpool would actually lose this game. And I'm like, shit, man, I don't see City winning. But big up to him for that. You know what I mean? But it is, pardon my manners. Pardon my, I got so caught up in the music, I forgot to tell y'all good morning, people.
Good morning.
It is good morning from Seattle, the great state of Seattle. The Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks for the fourth, well, that was their fourth Super Bowl in 20 years, you know. They played in the Super Bowl in 2006. In 2026, here they are again. That's four. Now, 4 in 20 years doesn't sound like a lot, but for a franchise like Seattle, who is not one of the prominent football teams, you know, like a New England Patriots, like a Pittsburgh Steelers, or New York Giants, or the big teams, so to speak, they've done well for themselves. 4 in the past 20 years, won 2 of them, getting to finals. You fancy your chances. It is a great the vibe in the city is good right now. All my neighbors are happy. They are happy as pig and shit. How fitting is it that LFC Monster would be the first one in here? Yeah? How is it? Now, this looks like to me that the LFC Monster pops in early, drops a comment, and bounce. That's what he's on. So if we don't see LFC Monster for the rest of the show, people, we know what he's on. We know what he's promoting. You know, jump in early, drop a comment, and bounce, so it don't look like I'm hiding, so I don't get cooked. Because after yesterday's performance, you're getting cooked today, my friend, and you should. Yeah. Do not at me at all today. The shambolic ending to yesterday's games. Not in the mood. Oh, you getting in the mood today? Pause. We gonna get you in the mood. Pause, LFC Monster. You're not escaping this whooping. Hey, what happened yesterday? Right now. Well, says, how many times I tell you, don't put your hopes in Liverpool. They are rubbish. Trash. How dare you, Liverpool? How dare you spend 500 millions of the king's finest pound and sit by Brentford? And I'm going to say below Brentford for now. Sit below Brentford because you should be. The reality of the situation is you should be below Brentford because that goal should have stood. On the day of the Super Bowl, I had to educate a couple of my UK friends and family that in the NFL, that would have been offsetting penalties. You pull me, I pull you, the goal scored, right? It wouldn't have affected the outcome anyway. Should have been now on goal difference. You would have fell below Brentford if it were 3-1, the final score. So people lost money yesterday because who's that ref? Completely made a meal of that. Now that sequence of play right there is a great training tool for up and coming referees. Don't be surprised that referees who are going through training right now for UEFA license or whatever at any level, they will click that video and do scenario-based training and say, what would you do in this situation here? This is the law. This is what happened. Apply the law, but mix a little bit of common sense in there and see what you come up with. Because in the event that Man City needed to win or needed to win by 2 clear goals to win the title or something of that nature, that goal getting ruled off would have fucked them. So then you essentially would reward Szoboszlai for a defensive penalty. You would have. If he doesn't pull Erling Haaland, then Erling Haaland doesn't have to pull him. Because he pulls Erling Haaland back to get in front. So Erling Haaland had to grab him. He doesn't put Haaland. Haaland is clean through to shield him or to tap it home. But if you're Shirky, you're big mad. You're big mad. Oh, Lord. Damn, Liverpool, man. You disappointed us. You absolutely disappointed us, man. I thought we were good like that. Big up to Kwaja. Big up to Wahaha, man. Yep. All them something there. Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle, combined 11. Tottenham and Newcastle play next. Is that what it is? The battle of the mid-off. You know, and outside looking in, this should be a good game of football. But shit, man. You look at Newcastle, 3 losses in a row. And Tottenham winless in 5. It's long. Who wants to see that? But Pope or Vicario is a coin toss. Trippier, Van de Ven, Lewis Hall, Bruno G. Okay, yeah, I'm calm with that. Barnes Murphy, Walter Made. Right now, Long Dick Nick isn't even starting. He's behind the whistle. You know what I mean? So it's a toss up there. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Guna SC, man. You're telling me home slice, love my bro. And the Don himself, Maybach Music. Big up to Zeh, the Bayern Munich extraordinaire. Just out here smoking teams for fun. I think it was 6 they put on the board yesterday. Big up to Zeh. Hope you're good, man. Big up to this guy. Big up to the Waffle Don. You never said it. Oh, somewhere. Okay. I spoke. It might have been Mateo. What, Mateo? Was it you? No. It was you. It was Guna. No, I said Guna SC said City would win. If I got my words mixed up there, I apologize. But there was someone here that said Man City could get something out of this game. And yeah, they were right. Make it a race, yeah? I don't want a race. I don't want the race, boy. 10. Listen, I will sit in this boat by myself. You know, after we qualify for the final, we punched our ticket to Wembley. On the lethal reaction, I see Shane Gooner saying, I want City. I want City because I want to beat him and send a message. That's where Shane and I will fundamentally disagree. You know, because I do not want. Now, it is City, and I do think we will win. But if you were asking me which one of the teams I prefer to play in the final, I prefer Newcastle. I want the path of easiest resistance. You know, give me the nostalgia and the teams that we need to get revenge against next year, right? Or this year where we will maybe crown the worst champions of all time. Okay, cool, fair. Let's win the next one in style, the way everyone wants to. Give me the easiest path to the FA Cup. Give me Coventry and Shelton and that shit. Give me them shit teams. If I can get a Watford in the final like Man City did in 2018 or 2019 and slap them 5-0, give me that. Listen, that's what I want. I don't want the race, boy 10. Nope, fuck the bookies. They're already rich. Don't want it. To be the best, you have to beat the best. It's been the past. It's been that way in the past. Not to win at the head to had to earn your check. Yeah. But if I had it my way, in a perfect world, give me all the shit teams and the easiest pass to the first one. Let's get this one over the line, and then, we can, bop them off the park. Big up Mateo, man. Yeah. You at work, stay away from who. You know what I mean? I know she's gonna come up in the lunchroom and try to pull your leg. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was Gunarican that said that. But, I got to do better at getting the community mixed up. But yeah, Man City dagger at the last minute, man. I felt that. Are they the San Antonio of the NFL? The win ratio would suggest that. But you know how the Spurs are respected in the NBA? Like Greg Popovich's Spurs, they won it. But that's a great comparison, it is. And if you're versed in both sports, you can make all the connections. When they won in 99 and then they reinvented themselves in 05 and won it that way, and they won it in 07, and then in 13 and 14, they won differently. Yeah, I hear that shout. Yeah, man, brother. There was fireworks. Sounds like fireworks. Now, I didn't partake in it. Ammunition is way too expensive for me to go out there and waste it on a team that's not even mine. But my neighbors are happy, and it's spilling over. Everyone's happy in the neighborhood. Everyone was, outside in the cold and rain doing all them something there. Yeah, LFC Monster, he let us down. T. Guna said it's squeaky bum time. It is. And even the Man City players, right? Even at the interview afterwards, Bernardo Silva, next to Erling Haaland, came out unprompted, said, if we knew if we lost today, title race was essentially over. Bernardo Silva's, his words, unprovoked, unprompted. Typically, you have to pry shit out of athletes at the top level in a title race, but he was open and candid about it and said what the fuck he said. He was like, yeah, we believe if we lost this. And I'm like, damn, for 84 minutes, you showed nothing. Well, kind of unfair because they did boss the first half and could have been a couple of goals up. But, brother, listen, that's a Buzz Lie. Now, that's a Buzz Lie gold, for lack of better words, deserved a winner, right? Essentially scored the same goal twice, right? But the problem is he scored it too early, so to speak, and gave Man City a little too much time. Now, Szoboszlai had the best good bad game you'll ever see at the top level in a big match. Yeah, the best good bad game. And by that, I mean, that free kick deserves mention. The damn ball changed direction 3 or 4 times in flight. Unsavable. Donnarumma couldn't even move. At least Raya made a courtesy dive. still think Raya could have did better there. You know, his positioning, if he took one step to his left, because the ball is curling away from him. You want to be on the side the ball is curling away from, right? Because if the ball is curling towards you, advantage keeper. The ball is curling away from you, advantage kicker. But that's neither a story for today. But that goal deserved a winner or a point at the minimum. But then Szoboszlai found himself asleep, keeping Bernardo onside. So he scored that goal, and he's at fault for the second. Now that pen, whether it was a pen, who knows, right? We heard Pep last week saying that the ref were against them. This is a classic Phil Jackson tactic. Work the refs publicly to get favors from them, whatever. Whether it was a pen, I don't know. I haven't seen it back many times. I'm so focused on the free kick and the drama at the end, I didn't even, but a pen, cool. But then gets himself sent off. So now he's not even available for Sunderland. Stadium of Light, listen, Liverpool, there is no way in hell you can win the Premier League and then be in a Conference League spot. This is mad. It's mad. Big up to Cooper. Cooper got to run. Big up, man. Big up to Joins. What you telling me? What you telling me about the weekend action review? Right? The fog is cleared. Everyone's played 25 games. We've seen the table. We know who plays tomorrow, who plays Wednesday. Arsenal, lone game on Thursday versus Brentford. So it was 9. The magic number over the weekend was 9. Tony Claude, we're 9 points clear. We're 9. Right? By Wednesday, it could be 3. And if you counted 9, you have to count 3 because City hadn't played yet. That's why it was 9. So by the time we walk out at the Emirates on Thursday, no, it's away. Brentford's away, isn't it? By the time we walk out at the GTEC Stadium, it could be 3. 3 points. You see how quick the pressure swings. You see. Who's laughing now? You remember all of that? You see how quick football comes at you, man. It's mad. It was a correct call, even if we don't like it. You foul me, I foul you. The ball is in the net. Right? The part of it that the part of it that I have problem with, Waha, is if Man City actually needed that goal for goal difference purposes to win. So a Szoboszlai, a defensive penalty, and by penalty I don't mean the spot kick, but a defensive foul would essentially be rewarded. That's the part of it that I have a problem with. It's kind of like when the referee, there's an offside play, the ref doesn't raise the flag, a corner comes out of it, and they score from a corner. Corner shouldn't have been there in the first place. Or ref doesn't raise the flag, 2 players colliding in each other, pause, someone breaks a leg. You know what I mean? So there's that's the underlying problem that I have with it is that a goal was ruled off. It didn't affect the result in the end, but it cost Man City a goal. But by the letter of the law, like they say, I fully get it. I watched KG surrender over the weekend. It was so satisfying. I experienced Peter's reaction when he said in his meat voice and was shouting it was done. Shit, they won it after the Sunderland game. Now, imagine if it had gotten to 9 or stayed at 9 points. Then, but what's he saying now? Is he still saying it's 9? It's over when it's 6 points. And it could be 3 by the time we play. You know? So it's mad. Don't know. The mud in the mud. Everton above you. Is there? No, they're not. I had to look at that. Now, Everton are 2 points behind them. Yeah. Everton are 2 points behind them. But Everton can go above them if they drop points at Sunderland. It's mad. It's crazy. Sitting in silent anger, you know. Where is the anger directed? Where is it? Is it at Onslaught? Is that Sabozo for having the best good-bad game that we've seen for time? Is it Wirtz with that tame shot that he should have put away? Was it Allison for running out of his damn goal? Did Allison need to go up there? I don't know. But when the ball was lumped back in and Allison is going for the header, when the ball land, excuse me. Ooh. It's not like Allison was busting his ass to get back. Man was jogging while the ball was on his way to his net. You know, it's a Buzzline. He tried. That late in the game, the shift that he put in to even have the attempt to try to chase down Erling, the best good bad game we've seen in a while. Goddamn, Boyton coming with a is this pilo? Is that pilo erection or pill erection? It's one of the words I was like, is that one that's gonna get me caught out? Is when the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Big up, Boyton, man. Appreciate that clarification, sir. He's a good sport. He never skipped one of the lickings after a loss. Now, listen, he's a G. That's why he got the wrench, you know. That's why he got the wrench. And speaking of damn wrenches, I just realized that I've been meaning to mod this Giza for a while, and I haven't gotten a chance to do it. So I'll do it now. Boom. Well, I've been telling you all season, they are rubbish. That was a rubbish performance from Liverpool, from the champions. Now, there was going to be some drama in the game anyway, right? This is Premier League champion from 2 years ago versus Premier League champion from this year. Or last year. The defending champions are no longer competing. The champions from yesteryear are competing against the champions elect, who are Arsenal, who are saying, do us a solid. Now I'm still mad, right? Because there were one or two teams. I think Arsenal are one or two teams. I know it's not 3 or 4, 1 or 2 who went to Anfield and didn't score. I'm telling you, still upset to this day. To this day, everyone is going to Anfield and everyone is busting net. And it's, I should get over shit, but I'm out here holding grudges over that loss at Anfield still.
To this day. To this day. To this day.
To this day, I'm mad. Went there with a tame performance, y'all. Forest, went there and put 3 past man. Burnley went there and scored. With our timid performance. Now, we have no one to blame but ourselves for this only being 6 points, Even with this loss, that Liverpool, even with this win that City just picked up, it's our own fault. They gave us many opportunities. Now, listen, the opportunities may be over. Because every single fan, except for Wahaha and Gunnar SC maybe, expected Liverpool to win that game. Everyone. So this was in the bag as points dropped. Anfield, points dropped. Now we look at the rest of City's game and we're like, who can't they beat? Now, Tony was on here telling me that Man City can go on a run because look at their schedule. Anfield. If you're Man City and you're looking at all the fixtures, they've already came to the Emirates. Right? Have they gone to Old Trafford yet? Can't remember right now. But they've already came to the Emirates and got a point. They've gone to Anfield and got all 3. They've already been to Villa Park. Right? So they're looking at their fixtures. They're looking at these 13 games and thinking to themselves, why not? Why not? But it's still in our hands. Still have to get it. And it starts on Thursday, innit? But they're going to turn it around soon. They must. Pick up to Darren General. He's been slide out. Slide in. Slide right back in at Anfield, my bro. I am so angry we lost out to 5 points against Liverpool. It's mad. 1 point from Liverpool, in this form. Should be below Brentford. Conference League settings in that. You know what? There was a point of play during the game where I said Liverpool. I got nervous, right? There was a passage of play in the 31st minute where Hugo Ekitike was on the ball. And he had the opportunity to just pass the ball to Mo Salah. For a shot on goal for a tap in. You know that pass where the winger gets the ball and he just has to loop it. And Ekitike got the ball. He chopped it, and he dealt with him. At that moment in time, I realized something. I said to myself, this is no longer Mo Salah's team. It's not going to win. Last year, they won the league because they played through Mo. With Trent there and Diogo, and I understand all that, but they played through Mo. That's why he had damn near 50 GA or whatever the number was last year. Remember them ones. It's no longer Mo Salah's team because there is no Sadio Mane in his prime. Sadio Mane, who is a world-class player, as good as Ekitike is, Sadio Mane levels above him. Golden Boot winner, world-class player. Even he would defer to Salah because he know it was Mo's team. When I see him didn't pass that ball, I'm like, shit, man. Manzem is comfortable out here not passing to the Liverpool GOAT or a tap-in. Ekitike is out here feeling himself. And if this is no longer Mo Salah's team, maybe Man City has a chance. I'm ready for the league. Oh, Jesus. Boy, 10. Come on, man. Come on, dog. I'm not, some of us are old, It's like, Some of us are old, boy, 10. Some of us have heart conditions. This is what I'm saying. I don't want this, brother. I don't want this. Give me match week 30. I want it wrapped up. I want to go into a shootout with Manchester City. Are you brother? You having a laugh today? I don't want that. Cardiac arrest FC. I'm not here for it, bro. You might have beat us, but at least you beat City. Liverpool are so shit, man. Alicia Keys got a song about Art Burn Classic, man. She does have some modern day classic. Not gonna lie. Big up to Dragons. Mothers on respect. These bald head frauds, man. Only Guardiola is okay, even though he has 115 on his head. Nah, brother. I don't want this. I want easiest path. Next year, let's do it in style. But for this one, nope. And I'm saying I'm prepared. This is what I'm prepared for. You're prepared for the cardiac arrest thing. I tell Arsenal fans this now. Over the next 13 games, get ready to see some more stinky football. You may even see stinkier than you've been seeing stinkier football. Because Arteta admit in his press conference after the Sunderland game that he was going to watch. And like most of us, all of us, big smile on his face. Big smile on his face when that Szoboszlai goal went in. He was smiling, as was all of us. And I know he was at the end there sitting like, damn, did the big blue shark just smell some blood? Hear it. Yeah, boy, Boyton had took like a 3-week vacation when we had a little skid there. We winning 6 points. We 6 points clear and we win in the league. But if we go from 6 points clear to win it on goal difference, like 2020 Aguero and that, obviously I'm gonna be in London. Obviously I'm booking to the parade and all that. But I would rather not have it go that way. You know what I'm saying? Rather we win the next one like that. This one, I want to shore it up. Position ain't changed since August, and it's shit. I know it damn sure ain't gonna change now. We're in a final. We're 6 points clear, but that 9 had looked real good on the board with 6 minutes left before the Liverpool bottle job. And I'm sorry, LFC Monster, but we gotta call it what the fuck it is. We're gonna call it a bottle job. You're up 1-0 with 6 minutes left in regulation. You should see that out. When you're Liverpool, you're at Anfield. You're 1-0 up with 6. That you see that out, right? We talk about Unai Emery getting away with murder at not getting away with murder, but getting away with losing to 10 men Brentford at Villa Park. losing to this team, losing to that team in a title race, and it doesn't even make news. Cool. Villa ain't on the level of Liverpool, so there's going to be a little more scrutiny here. And we're saying that we understand that the opponent was Big Bag City, but you're ahead in the game with 6 minutes. You have to see that out better. Let's see. I was warning people weeks ago this can easily end up in the situation we find ourselves currently, and it's an absolute shit show on the pitch, to the changing room, to the boardroom. But how do you fix this? You know what I mean? Because if I do my Thanos snap and say, hey, LFC Monster, you're in charge, with 13 games left, you reassess your season, because there is no way this is the way Liverpool thought their season was going to play out. So you reassess your season. The beginning of the season, obviously, the transfer window that you had, you say, you know, we must. These are our benchmarks. After the first 5 games, you're like, okay, cool. We're on glide path to accomplish our goals. But then game number 6, game number 7, you went from 5 points clear to 1 point behind Arsenal, and you just been sliding down the table ever since. If you told a Liverpool fan, not the hell with the 5 for 5 star, if you told a Liverpool fan in the summer, before the window, that after match week 25, you're going to be sitting behind 5 points behind Manchester United. United, who are keeping Amorim in the job for 2-3 months, by the way. This is not a United with a new manager, but you'll be 5 points behind them. Every Liverpool fan will call you crazy. You're dumb as hell. Everything but your name. Double down on that. If you told a Liverpool fan that after their 5 for 5 start, that 20 games later, you would be 5 points behind Man United, they would have slapped the shit at you. The hell with calling you out your name, because then they would have thought you're on drugs or something. Not mention how far you are from the top, because you started at the top, 5 for 5, 6 points clear. To what? 17 points behind, or 5 points clear. That's a 22-point swing in 20 games. That is horrid. You know what I mean? I got lickings the first few months of the season talking about the quad and all of that. It's loading. What percent do I think the loading bar is at now? Yeah, 2 days ago, or 2 streams ago, Sky Sports is running the quad, and we talked about that over here, Boyton. And there was a stat that said there is a 5% chance that Arsenal can do the quad, and I was like, oh shit. Please, I hope Boyton doesn't hear that. Because if Boyton hears Sky Sports, right? Sky, one of the largest media outlets, running the quad agenda. We are done out here, you know. Done out here. Like, shit, man. The quad. 5%. So we'll keep it at 5%. They say it's 5%. I'll go with that. Yeah, man, it's good. I'm here to answer any questions you have about it. I know it pretty well. You know. Seattle Seahawks went to the Super Bowl in 2006 with Mike Holmgren as their coach, Matt Hasselbeck as their quarterback. They went back again in 2013 when they actually won it. Beat the shit out of the Denver Broncos 43-8. I think that score was. That's when they had Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, and Earl Simmons, the Legion of Boom, and all that. Then they went back the following year, went back-to-back, had the chance to win back-to-back Super Bowls, but they threw an interception and lost to the New England Patriots. And 12 years later, they're back in the Super Bowl yesterday, and they won it. So big up to them. You had one job, Sir Sheldon. One fucking job, and you look like you did the league title defense. Licks. You have to. On to you, LFC Monster. You were there, man. You were 6 minutes away from having some more giddiness from Tony the Claude. You know what I'm saying? She's on vacation with the boyfriend she told me she'd break up with. It's been a week now, and brother. So listen, she is on vacation with the dude, bro. She's not gonna turn down the vacation. You think a woman is gonna turn down a free vacation, blood? Like every resort that you've been to, every girl there is there at a man's expense. You think they pay for these goddamn girl trips? They men funded it. or they're there with a man. So that she's not gonna turn it. She could come back and break up with this motherfucker. She ain't about to turn down a free vacation, my friend. Hell no. So the she ain't turning down no free motherfucking vacation. So you can still clap those cheeks when she get back, but don't. I'm just saying you can. Not surprised by a poll, says Social Joins. They had false positives with the carry bag Wolves. Newcastle, those games were far too open. City are not Newcastle. So what you saying, Social? You still on pause, right? You're still not on the Tony Claude thing and the Boy 10 thing yet, right? Because here's why, right? There are fans, man, some who do content, some who don't. Arsenal fans I'm talking about, who are confident, who are still saying, man, them are still saying we're winning the league. But I'm nervous about it. And I'm like, but if you're confident then that we're winning the league, why the hell are you nervous? I don't agree with Boy 10 with the quad, but I can respect it because he's not nervous about it. He's saying it with chest. So how can you be confident and nervous at the same time? Now, it can admit, right? Off my 112 jumps, every time the airplane door opened, I was nervous. Wasn't scared. I was nervous, but I was confident in my equipment and my training. So you can be confident and you can be nervous. But my nervousness came from the possibility that I might die. Right? You're jumping from 1,200 feet. Shit can happen with man-made equipment. If you have enough data, a big enough sample size, you have watched your team and you say to yourself, I think this team is good enough to win the Premier League title from this point with 13 games left with a 6-point lead. Why are you nervous? Now, I'm not saying that you can't be. Well, why are you confident and nervous at the same time? Because once I become confident, there will be no nervousness. When you hear me declare, hey, I think we're winning this league, there will be no shakiness in my voice. All the bass will be in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? All the bass, all the chest. Big up to DJ Sav. Say big up, bro, and big up to the comments. Big up DJ Sav. Love my G. Hope you are good and shit. You are good and all them something there, my friend. It's that Pepperidge time. FC has won the league again. Pep FC. It was, man. What a comeback, you know. 3-1. The 3-1 just looked, it's like, damn, they really did a remontada in 10 minutes. I'm seeing 83 minutes on the clock. Man City down 1-0 at Anfield. Any other season, any one of Jurgen Klopp's teams, if it's 1-0 on 83 minutes and the final score is 3-1 under a Jurgen Klopp team, it's Liverpool with 3-1. How the hell you can see 3 goals in 10 minutes, bro? At home with the world best center backs, but one of the world best center backs. Now, Konate got a lot of flowers last week when Liverpool were putting up numbers against these teams that Social Joints put on the screen, the Newcastles and that. But I think Konate has been stinky all season. When Real Madrid cooled their interest, I think Liverpool hierarchy are nervous about the contract. But when LFC Monster, our friend LFC Monster, tell us that he's mad, he's fuming, he rightfully is. But I'm saying, the Thanos snap, where do you go from here? What do you do? Because you spent $500 million. Do you need another $500 million? Because you need a right winger, you need a right back, and you need 2 center backs. Now, how much does a right winger of the level that make you not miss Mo Salah as much? Because you're going to miss it when he leaves unless you go out and get a Lamine Yamal or some shit. So how much does a Liverpool caliber right winger cost? A right back, because Frimpong ain't injured all the time and is more of a wing back. You might need a whole back line. You need a right back. Perkez is hit or miss, mostly miss. Virgil is old. And Konate, I'm not sold. A right winger and a whole back line. That's another $500 million. So imagine having to rebuild a squad, $1 billion, right after you win the Premier League. It's looking long. You know, hand them the title. Now we're gonna fight this out. We're gonna slug this out, Guna SC. Big up to Blacks. That's a facts, BBK. That man's floor is in the attic, if you know what I mean. Not bothered by the score. I stopped backing on teams a long time ago. I told man, we have to win our games. Always been the case. Win our games, win the league. Do it by your hands. Yep. So from where we're postured, we need no one's help to win the Premier League. We need no one's help to win the Carabao, right? Now, the luck of the draw in the Champions League can go wherever it can go. FA Cup can go wherever it can go. Fixture congestions and all this shit can happen, can throw you off. I get it. But the task at hand, 13 more games. You win 11 of those, you win the league. Now, we think Arsenal can win 11 of our final 13. Probably not. I think 10 can possibly win us the league as well. But one more loss, and it gets real squeaky. You know, I think we can afford one more loss, maybe 2 more draws. So that means you have to win the remaining 10. You know what I mean? Last time I knew NFL what was going on was 2006. Yeah, 2006 was a good year for the league. Seattle played in the Super Bowl that year. They played against Pittsburgh Steelers. They lost to Pittsburgh and Ben Roethlisberger and them. Ben Roethlisberger, Heinz Ward. The guy on Fox that's named Bill Cowher, he was their coach at the time. And I think he retired after that season, and they hired Mike Tomlin, who they fired this year after 20 years. But yeah, I'm here for it, man. I'm a open. And this is the thing, right? Lee Gunner did a watch along for the Super Bowl. And I have forgotten more NFL football than Lee Gunner will ever know. But there were 500-600 people over there watching because, you know, it's just vibes, isn't it? Yeah. If they finish 6th, they have won the Conference League. Now, 6 is Europa. 6 is Europa, Guna SC. 7th is Conference, but based on the Champions League could be tricky this year based on, you know, the qualifiers and who wins it. If an English team wins it, if an English team wins the Europa, the coefficient is going to be very tricky. But I do think the Premier League will have 5 teams minimum next year. This year we have 6 because of Tottenham winning the Europa. I think it's great they're in a conference place. Couldn't have happened to a better football club and fan base. Now, Sav, they were unbearable in the summer, innit? And this is the thing where I get annoyed, right? When I hear Liverpool fans and rivals in general say, we can't let Arsenal win the league. Their fans are going to be unbearable. As if these Liverpool men amongst us would made it easy for us to navigate the summer. That man were fucking on some insufferable shit. And this is why everyone is enjoying, especially after the start that they had with the 5-for-5, and everyone was like, oh shit, man, they're not playing well and they're leaving games late and they're still picking up points. What happened? Wait till they click. Oh, shit, man. I was hoping they would have clicked yesterday, but goddamn. I said it last year. We will never be more than 3 to 9 points. Yeah, I didn't hear this from you last year, Joins, but I've heard it for months now, so I believe you. Just business as usual. Win your games, no problem. I hear it. And yet, slot still stays. So I get what you're on, Monster. You were planning to wake up today and see the ticker saying Liverpool and slot has parted ways going across the Sky Sports ticker. You were expecting that, or a bomber from Fabrizio or Ornstein. But yeah, the Champions League is essentially keeping him in a job right now, in my humble opinion. I think the fact that Liverpool finished top 8 and are comfortably through, you know, I think that's keeping him in a job. Because I see Preach and every Liverpool fan who does content in the spaces are saying all the good things about, you know, you don't want to see us in the Champions League. You know, that is the way Liverpool talk about the Champions League. You would think they're serially collective like Real Madrid and shit. You know? They're 05 and 2019 were 14 years apart. I mean, it's not like you just rack them up. You know. But Kanate, Winning the Champions League with that guy, I don't know, man. I just think he's clumsy as hell. That's why you get red for these tackles, and there's no advantage rule for red cards. You know what? It takes situations like these for teams to reevaluate not teams, but governing bodies to reevaluate their rules and their laws. Some of them be antiquated. Some of them, the game was changed and the laws have to change with it. So every year in the NFL, the competition committee looks, and I'm sure they do this in the league, in football as well. The competition committee get together and do an after-action review, an AAR, so to speak, and decide on how they can make the league better, how the league can grow. And part of that includes rule changes. In the NFL, they do it about kickoff rules, safeties, all that stuff. You know, they change from year to year. You know what I mean? So I think the league will look at this and be like, maybe, you know, we'll adjust the rules. So they do it for the handball rule this year. Halfway through the season, they don't like how it's going. They'll send a memorandum out and an executive order and change the rules in the middle of the damn season for kicking the ball away. Declan Rice got a red card for it. They thought it was too harsh, so they changed the rule in the middle of the season after it affected other teams. They do shit like this. You know what I mean? So you could see they address that in the summer. Big up to Mateo, man. Still got that hearing problem from last time. Look at this guy here, man. 17 likes, 24 in the building. I think we got up to like 30 at one point. What are we saying? Big up to everyone, man. I know it's Monday. I know it's a drag, but I appreciate you rocking with me over here, man. Still, it's calm. Wahaha has been telling us all season, Liverpool are rubbish. Yes. So let's give Wahaha his flowers. You know, it must be nice, you know. United has beaten everyone. They're out of everything, but they've beaten everyone, and they're just here for vibes and troll. So, you know, it's not like we're waiting for a United downfall. It's already happened. So there's nothing that we can say to them, right? If Man United lose to West Ham, no one cares because no one thinks they're playing for nothing. They're essentially just out here crashing the party and ruining it for everyone. And they almost ruined it for us. Those 3 points that they took from us at the Emirates could be of great consequence. We will find that out here in a couple of weeks. But, you know, they've done City and they've done Liverpool and they're still doing it. You know he is. I think Mateo just want to clap cheeks just to clap cheeks. Mateo has given us male thought energy. I'm going to say that, you know. Big up to Weaville. Man, as I respect. I said, well, I go out there and big up yourself. Nah, big up yourself, my brother. Big up yourself in the Monday morning. A fellow West Coast extraordinaire. Big you up, man. Because it's not an echo chamber, boy, Ted. It's not. You know, I want to hear what you have to say. To this day, I'm mad about it, Waffle Don. Wahaha was really saying it before they started losing. This seemed crazy. Hey, that right. Use a mad blood clot. You to na Jaja. Jaja, just watch Mikel ball. You know what I mean? Sheldon said, I said earlier, Liverpool are hoes and Arsenal don't fuck hoes. That's why we don't score. We needed to be, Sheldon, we needed to be Mateo on the day. No. You can't be going around for goody two shoes all the time. You need to clap a hoe every now and then, bro. You know what I mean? You have to. He's on vacation with a boyfriend. Yeah, bro, she's taking the free vacation, bro. You know what I mean? Just don't let her sucker you into booking her a vacation. Nah, don't do that. It will just have to be the FA Cup and UCL double for us this season, I guess. Hey, it could happen, you know what I mean? Liverpool are mentality monsters, and the Anfield is different with the Champions League music and that. You know what I mean? City winning all 13 games, plus the final 2. People don't realize the kind of capability this City team has. Well, They put the league on notice yesterday, said we are not dead yet. Now, you remember like match week 14, 15 when Liverpool were sliding, just sliding down the table. And men like KJ, SJ were saying, we still have a pulse. We still have a pulse. Now, we pulled into the hospital and then just pulled the goddamn plug on that life support machine. Beep, flatline. You had no pulse. You're done out here. City has a pulse, and it's a healthy pulse. You know what I mean? So, it's one of them ones right here. I think 6 or 7 clean sheets. 2 of them has been us. Bad. It's bad, man. Slot is the second coming of Ten Hag, you know. Big up to Brian, champion of the world. Not just of London, but of the world, Craig. Big up to what you said. If Man City win on Wednesday, how will Arsenal react on Thursday? Hey, speak on it, Brian. Because it is the conversation. They win on Thursday, all of a sudden, 3-point game. 3 points behind us. We went from 9, 4 minutes waiting out the clock, that it could be possibly 3 points on Wednesday. Thursday, when we walk out there to G-Tech, pressure. But whether they win them playing first or after now shouldn't even matter at this point of the season, right? Someone said it earlier. Squeaky bum time, you have to be locked in. Arsenal have to assume that City are going to win every game. Essentially, that's what I meant when I did the stream when I labeled it 19 cup finals to go. Essentially. Assume that City are going to win every game and you win all of yours. You know what I'm saying? It's all in your hands. All of it. It's no longer. I figured it out. I saw it. 31 minutes. If you go back and watch the game, skip to the 31st minute. Ekitike has the chance. You play Mo Salah in. Sadio Mane wouldn't hesitate. Anyone else in the team, you have to pass that ball to Mo. But no, chopped it back. And he just said, give me that. And took it. It's like, brother. Liverpool are completely cooked when Van Dijk leaves, even though he is shit. I don't think he's shit. I think without him yesterday, without him this season, they're bottom half. I know Bearman will not be able to handle the league on goal difference. I can't. Nah, bro. I don't want that. I don't want those problems. I want it wrapped up. Guard of honor said things. Don't bring me down to the last day. They got Villa. We go away at Palace. Or we away at Palace. Yeah, I think we were away at Palace the final day. Ekitike showed he was an idiot at Southampton. Can't trust that idiot. Weaver, big up. Again, my brother, I said this before, Boyton. People making a big deal out of 69 points. I'm holding up to seeing us won the league on goal difference. Same points. Yeah, I hear it. I just don't want that. There are people who won't make it. You know what I mean? There are people who are on their last meds. You know? Because for it to go to goal difference, that means we have to drop a whole bunch of points. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of points. My heart can't take it, man. I'm an old man now. Well, that's why I had to retire. It's a young man's game, you know. I can't keep up with these young boys. I can't jump out of an airplane right now, brother. If I jump out of an airplane right now, I have to lay on the drop zone until the FLA, the field ambulance, come get me. I have to lay the fuck there. Right? There's no getting up. You know what I mean? My heart can't take a goal difference title. Now, here's the thing. Here's the kicker for me. Had Arsenal Football Club won just one of our previous Premier League titles between 2022-23, the first failed one, until last year, if we had just won one of those, or say we had picked up a Europa or a UCL, or say we were back-to-back FA Cup champions, if we had some type of silverware over the past 3 or 4 seasons, with the 6-point lead, I'd be comfortable. Specifically the Premier League, a trophy in general, but a Premier League in particular. Had we won just one of the 3, I'd be comfortable with a 6-point lead. Because then I'm sitting there and I'm talking to you as a Premier League champion, a team full of champions. But the fact that we haven't is why I'm not ready to say I think we're winning the league. Stankiest of stank for the next 13 games. You know what I mean? That boy tennis AI. I would love to win the league by 12 points, by the way. Complete whitewash this thing. But it's just not going to happen that way. But why not? Why is it not going to happen that way? Is that because of the Mikel tax? or the pep tax, the Mikhail tax or the pep write-off. We done that to Newcastle too when they bottled their lead against us in just 90 minutes. Yeah, we got out of there squeaky bum win. We got out of Wolves with a squeaky win. I would love to have a perfect league campaign. I wouldn't even care about the UCL and all these other things if we won 30 out of 38 games. Perfectionists, they would call us. Yeah, I mean, it's never going to happen in it, but 30, you can win 30. Win 30, draw 6, lose 2. We're in the game. You know what I mean? It ain't like that. For real. Will he cry? If he was shit. I don't know what I might do. What I do know, I have a bottle of Gentleman's Jack right here from my bro Vigilante, and I got a couple of bottles of champagne. Now, the Gentleman's Jack is for when Arteta gets the sack. The champagne is for the trophy. Now, which one will I open? Because one of them fuckers are getting busted open this year. Big up to Jam Boy. Man doesn't respect Jam Boy. You're telling me? I says I don't know, Borton. These days would never come back. Just go ahead and cry, man. Just let it out. Let it out, brother. We seen the legendary Shane Guna get emotional off getting to a final. If you go back and watch the lethal reaction after the Chelsea game, halfway through the video, he had to turn his camera off. That's how much he loves the club. That we get to a final for the first one in 6 years. And it got him to turn his camera off. That's but they call him negative, I was genuinely resigned at some point in the last decade to us being a cup team. I mean, we were that for a bit. You know what I mean? We were. Competing is the minimum I expect from an Arsenal manager. 100%. Compete. And by competing, we mean consistently get to finals. That's what when they say, what do you mean compete? Because they will try to press you on that, Jam Boy, when you say competing is the minimum. Competing, challenging. Competing means you are consistently getting to finals. Not fucking tamely limping out in the semis. Just not here for it. Go Hawks. Here, Dow. The city is on fire right now. Fireworks out the ass last night. My neighbor thinks I believe that those were fireworks. Those were gunshots, goddammit. And motherfucker, do you know who I am? You seen the rifle back there? I know what gunshots sound like, I just wasn't going to join you because ammunition is too damn expensive, my brother. So big up, man. Take a sip of my coffee. You know what? And since the Don who can actually smell colors has started this damn stream so early before everyone had popped in, not everyone got to even see us give the boss his tribute, Not everyone, but he's here, so we big him up one more time because that's who the fuck he is.
Maybach music.
Finally the herbs come around. When me a look for me get it by the phone, yeah. Come, Mr. Tallin, Mr. Summer ganja planter. Call me the ganja farmer. The ganja, excuse me while I lock my spirit.
Out in the street, they call it murder.
Maybach music.
God, people, you can't stop bigging up the legend that's E. Ross. You know what I mean? We're all slaves to a page in his rhyme book. Big up to E. Ross every time. Big up to Static. Love the Static. What you telling me, man? I caught your match reaction. Appreciate it. Keep those coming. My G. Until it malfunctions. The fuck up is coming. So can City do, and that's what I'm saying. I've spoken on this before, Waffle Dan. I'm saying these men have recently done a treble, so they are closer to a quad than we are, factually. And I haven't heard any City fan mention the quad, but I heard Sky Sports running. Sky Sports is running it, talking about Arsenal have a 5% chance of winning the quad. Dead that shit. Dead it. Because there's a reason why the Man City fans aren't speaking about it, because they know how difficult that shit is. There's a reason why the Liverpool fans stopped talking about it, because every year when they start mentioning the quad, they come up short. Matter of fact, they don't just come up short. The shit goes completely off the rails, quick and fast. You know what I mean? Yeah, Scott, the Sky team talking about the quad too, still in my bar. They're watching us, you know. They have bots in these spaces, boy, 10. I'm telling you. They listen to YouTube and Twitch and all these other spaces to get the pulse of the fan base, because here we don't have to say politically correct shit, right? Especially a channel with 1.9 K subs. If I had 400,000 subs, I have to be careful what I say, because, you know, then man gets censored and canceled. But one of the joys about having a smaller channel, you can say what the fuck you want because no one cares. We can keep the conversation honest. So I do believe they frequent the spaces to get what the fans are really talking about, what the fans are really on. You know, because we have no reason to hide what the hell we're saying. 0% by my math. But that's the thing though. E-Ross can divide by 0. So if you carry the 1 and move the decimal places, blah blah, we apply the E-Ross tax to this, it comes out to 5%. My rhyme book is circulation. They didn't even pay me for this thievery. I had to call them out, man. Because we have the receipts. And this is one of the reasons why I try to read every comment. On most days I do, when it's just me. When I have a panel, or I have a guest, the minimum I do is put them on the screen. Do you know them? You know them ones. You don't know who KG is, wahaha. I know you know who KG is. The defeat on KG face was too good. I'm gonna that's my phone screensaver. Now is KG secretly, closetly happy? I said closetly, you know, new word. Happy that City are back into it, because you know that man overlooks City. Even if City did 4 in a row, and that man is still the biggest club in Manchester. So they don't really take City serious, and we know it. You know, PTSD has hit hard, bruh. Whenever you hear me, I have a mix ready, right? On my soundboard here, I have a mix ready. I start every stream with music. I forgot which one I played this morning. Right? I didn't start the traditional instrumental beat. So when the stream ends, fast forward or watch it over just to get the music. Music is the thing. I have a mix made that I won't even tell you that I'm declaring that we're winning the Premier League. I will just play the mix. And I won't declare that we're winning the Premier League title, but there will be signs. You see those memes that people talk about? If I hit the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there'll be signs. And dude is in a helicopter with golden propellers. You see them ones? Yeah. So when I play that mix, they will fully know. Yep, BBK is drinking the giddy juice. Yep. You will know when I'm fully ready to say, hey, we're winning this thing. Say, I'm serious, BBK. If Arteta fails to secure at least 2 trophies, and one of those being a major, he has failed. I'm optimistic of a quad. More optimistic as the days go by. Now, by a major, I'm sure you're talking about the FA Cup. I mean, the Premier League, Champions League. But, you know, unfortunately, I'm an older, so I consider the FA Cup a major trophy. You know, not so much the Carabao, but I do consider, because if the FA Cup wasn't considered a major trophy, the treble wouldn't hit as hard as it does. But I get what you mean. One of the big boys. One that we will have a parade for. We have to have a parade this season. And to have a parade, we have to win the Premier of the Champs. All right, there's no parade for the domestic cup double. No way, no how. Yep. By the Matrix, he absolutely has. But you know already, I ain't talking quite for effect. The team has actually accomplished this feat this season. We should have our own treble by the end of the season. Brother. Tony Clouds of the world and the boy 10s of the world be on cloud 9, you know. If we fall short of the quad, the only alternative is a treble. But you know what? You know, we touched on how everything was being lined up for us, boy 10. Remember, like, yeah, all the cards are falling into place, all the pieces are falling into place, and all this stuff, right? You remember that? But yesterday it didn't. It didn't fall into place for us yesterday. It appeared that it was gonna when Sabaz Live, you know, scored that screamer, ball doing like this and that. But it didn't fall into place for us yesterday. And this is the question that I asked Tony Claude, the question that he fucking refused to answer. How many more twists and turns do you expect over the course of these remaining 13 games? And if you think there won't be another twist and turn, or twist and turns, plural, you're fooling yourself. Yesterday was a major twist and turn. Liverpool, we went from 9 to 6 to 3 on Wednesday. They beat who they have? Who does City have? Fulham at the Etihad. They're heavily favored to win that. Nothing's guaranteed, but let's just say they're heavily favored to win that. Yeah? Cool. It didn't fall into place then. So it could be a situation where shit was falling into place December, January, and Feb, the tide turns. I see it this season. I have demands. Go on Arteta. Ball is in your court. No one is pressing you. The big blue shark has resurfaced. If he was the quad, sack him over the injury. What are we at, AJ? What count? How many is it? 110 now? It's 110. But fortunately, he's not getting sacked after Prem double. I think he'll get if he only wins the Carabao, he should be sacked. Not sure if he will, but he should be. A domestic double, he won't. Any other combination other than trophyless or the Carabao only, then he should be sacked. You know what I mean? But from this point, 2 sounds like the minimum. Our kids will still be feeling this season fumble if it's to be a fumble. I hear it. Broski says Marino letting us know he had the foot. Oh, he did. He just had the surgery. Shit, I thought he had that last week. You know, Zuby doing his celebration and that. It was cool. Now, I don't know. I think we've discussed our game enough. You know, Sunderland 3-0, 3 goals, 3 points. Calm, professional performance. Good goal from Zibby. Yuck, come on and do his thing. The takeaway from the weekend was what the hell happened yesterday. Now, if Super Sunday, you know, Man City versus Liverpool was a better game of football than the actual Super Bowl. Biggest game on the Sunday. So Super Sunday, we called it for a different reason. If Arteta bottles everything, I consider having kids so I can tell them about this. That's a good one. The problem is they'll go up being a Man City fan. You know, yeah. Who beat him, Dad? The Sharks, the big blue Sharks. You know, injuries are a weak reason for the sacking. We are on top of the injury table this year. Maybe 2 years goes that way because we've had short squads in the past few years. You know, the thing is, if we get over the line, right? I expect the club to switch to retain mode. Make sure that we retain this Premier League title. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely honest. Even if we do win the quad or a treble and all these other trophies, I do believe that next year's Premier League will be harder to win. Just one is off the back of it's very difficult to retain a Premier League title, right? But I think it's going to be even more difficult playing this way. So take that for what it's worth, you know. Daddy has to put Max in electric chair. Just, you know what? Just drown him at his christening. Just drown him at their christening and make it look like an accident. Don't ask me how that crossed my mind. But every time I look at my son, I tell him, boy, you know, I could have drowned you at your christening. And I didn't. So, who loves who? Is it 3? Oh, I thought it was 1 because it's not violent play. Straight red, yeah, but it was from a denial of it's a dogo, what they call it, right? Goal scoring opportunity. But I swear, because Saliba only had gotten 1 from the Bournemouth game, right? Now, you see Saliba get sent off against Bournemouth for a foul on the halfway line for denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Then you see Gahey pull Salah back of the 18-yard box, and there is no pen and there's no red card. I know Slot complained about that. I know he did. Big up to Wesley. Wesley's the BBK. It could be all over this week. City. play first, and if they win, reduce the point gap to 3 points. And then we go to Brentford with all that pressure, and you know how those games go. Just end the season. And yeah, I touched on this, Wesley, that's how fast football comes at you. When we were celebrating 9 points clear with 83 minutes on the clock at Anfield to all this that you just said on Thursday, you know? But, you know, social has given us the blueprint. Hey, just win your games. Just win. Go to the G-Tech and win. You can do that, Arsenal. You are better than Brentford. Even though Brentford is the team that I do believe is overperforming this season at the highest level. Villa is in that category, but we expected Villa to finish above Brentford. But Villa being third, third, is, you know, they've surprised a couple of people. We didn't expect Villa to finish above Liverpool. But it looks of it, if Villa doesn't get Champions League football from this point, colossal fuck up. And then Emery will probably get the sack. Because the PSR issues that they have, they need Champions League money. And if they don't finish in the Champions League, they better win that Europa, yeah? Which they have the man for the job, innit? But Brentford, 7th, 39 points, level with Liverpool. They got something for us with them long throws. You know, Norgard. Need UCL? Or what? For the revenue? You man print money. You know? You man print money. Big up to Josh, my brother. A little behind on the comments, my G, because you know I don't skip them. I do not skip them. So big up to Josh, man. Chew Gooner. Love, my bro. Hope you are good, my friend. She on the lookout at the resort. Yeah, she down there, man. She is down there getting her cheeks clapped, but she's thinking about you, Mateo. I have to be honest. It's true. I am a male thought because I have mommy issues. Oh, Jesus. Operation Pump and Dump, starring Mateo. You know, he finds them, he fools them, he fucks them, and then he just fucks off. Look at Wolves, another set of 304s. We just send them, and we just let them finger themselves. Listen, oh Jesus, but hey, Sheldon has his standards. Hey, this is my standards, man. He only hits virgins, you know, or good girls that cross their legs the proper way. Sheldon, now go on about Crud. Now go on that. Yeah. But because of the innocence of my good heart, I don't go around sleeping with chicks. Yeah, man. Yeah, protect your seed, my friend. You know what I mean? You should. Big up to QGT. Diego. Man City fan, he says. Or it looks of it. Got Erling Haaland in the pick, says, Gay, he was so good yesterday. He was. He dealt with Ekatike. I'm not going to lie. Ekatike tried to, man was like, nah, brother. You're not getting by me today. You should have passed that ball to Mo Salah in the 31st minute. Mo was postured because he always expects that pass from anyone who plays on the wing at Liverpool. Ekatike is like, no, I'm chopping this back, bro. This is no longer your team. You know, not with the season you've been having. I've been carrying this team. You know, probably would have taken his shirt off if he had scored yesterday. And he had opportunities. Salah put one on his head, square on his head, and he put it wide. Where's Tony? Big up to footy bands and things. Keen to see how the dopamine levels following City win last night. Now, Tony will make an appearance the next time we widen the gap or we blam someone. But coming off a result that doesn't favor us and the narrative that he runs, sorry, we won't get to see him. Well, not at least not on BBK Sports. He'll be over there on Tony Claude TV. When City win, Arteta will approach the Brentford way not to lose, and will draw and be 4 points ahead. That's in his DNA. That's right there in his wheelhouse. That's typically him. Now, can he shock us the way he shocked us when he dropped his captain? Because I would have lost money if I had bet that he was going to drop his captain. I would have lost money, y'all. For the second leg I'm talking about. I would have. The league is too good this season for a whitewash result. As long as we come out on top, boy 10, I can hear what you're on. My broski. What you telling me, my bro? You good, yeah? My G. It's more likely we win something than Arteta getting sacked. So, hey, the champagne. Hey. Champagne. Don't bubble, sir. Yeah, man, ready for the champagne. We're going to have a good summer, I hope. Let's just hope Jamaica unfuck themselves and qualify for this World Cup. You know, Arsenal go ahead and do the bits, Premier League, Champions League, and I can fly across the Atlantic for another time. I miss Europe, not going to lie. Loading up Arteta because he's got us competing again, not winning shit, just acceptable. Got to a final at last, but we must win it. If Arteta does a madness this season, I will give him his flowers. And that is the fundamental difference between us and them, boy. We have the flowers. We have them. But you got to earn them, motherfucker. Like, you can't just be handing out shit. You know? You go earn the trophy, you get your flowers. You know what I mean? Not that we give men flowers, but you know what I'm saying. Big up to E-Ross, man, for the second tribute. Could be a third. You fuck around and know who the hell E-Ross is. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Views popping in, man. So all this means is that the comment section has been validated when Brother View shows up. You know what I'm saying? Big him up. Man, big up to the assembled. Yeah. Divide by 0 and give us 5% chance. AG loving the yuck right now. One me about music, man. Big up. I know you know who KG is. You are trolling. Wahaha. Big up, man. Big up Tyrell Gunner. What you telling me? Kevin Garnett, the big ticket. Hey. If we don't win anything, mother of all meltdowns for the top gooners. Nah, they'll just hide. They will just hide. You know, it's summer. I'm on vacation with the family. They'll just hide, man. You know, they'll just hide. They'll go in their little group chats, you know, the excuse express. They will wait to be told what to say. That's what they'll do. Any fan, not even just the top gooners, even the Tony Claudes of the world who exhibit top gooner energy from time to time. Yeah. Even Jacques Cousteau, if he pops in and watches on the watchback, won't call him a top gooner, but he has top gooner energy. You know, they'll just wait to be told what to say. Oh, the club said this, so that's what we're running. You know, the social media director at Arsenal Football Club sends AFTV Media the memo and say, this is what we're going to say. This is how we're going to spin this. We're going to spin that. And they'll push that out there and they'll lap it up. Don't believe me, just wait and check the comment section. If we lose that League Cup final and win nothing but the league in the cup, we win the Prem as well. That's funny. What's Robbie calls KG kilograms. I think Expression calls him kilograms. calls him Angolo Canteen. And them something there. Sack him on the pitch if he loses. We have to win that final, man. Quad, 10-year contract, treble, 5-year, double, 3-year, single EPL, 2-year, Carabao only, sacked. For me, with the domestic, if he does the domestic cup double, don't even extend him. Just if his contract runs to 2027, just let it run out. Domestic cup double, you get 1 more year. You know, it doesn't matter you 5 years or 6 like the FA Cup did. But the quad, build him a statue. Build him a statue if we win the quad. Treble, give him a stand in the stadium, the Mikel Arteta stand, so he can see his name up there. You know, that would really fucking make his Lego head swell. You know? The fight for the title has begun. Let's see if the mentality of this club has changed. The title has begun. It's begun. Maybe one game I heard someone say 3 and went with it. It might have been Haaland. Yeah, I think Haaland said it in his interview, but from our knowledge of football, we know that violent conduct gives you 3 games. This was, sending off. Yeah. Maybe since he's retired. In the sports world, KG, yeah, you know. But they call him kilograms over there. A big up to KG, man. The big ticket. They assembled on the Blunt, aka Blunderman, the originator. Okay, I'll check it out. Wahaha. I don't mind it. Shit. With a team like Sunderland, who's physical and will grind you down, who are undefeated at the Stadium of Light, Sabozlai, their best performing midfielder, the engine, right? The engine, like he chased down Erling Haaland. Ain't nobody else doing that. They might go on another skid without Sabozlai. You know, some respect on Sunderland. 26 matches. We're going into match week 26, and they haven't lost a home game. That's impressive. Like, we can't dance around that. That's like something to sneeze at. You know what I mean? They've played 13 home games and haven't lost any. That's big. Okay, fair. Big up to Jason Guna. I respect my G. Oh, you're still everything good, yeah? Blessed love, my brother. Yeah, man. So the parade is tomorrow in Seattle. Should I go to it? I might. You know, the team flew back last night or early this morning. I think they're going to take some time with their families. Plus, they have to get the permits to lock down the streets and the city and all this shit. So maybe tomorrow or Wednesday when the parade will happen in Seattle, in the Emerald City. Who's fooling who? It's either the board or the manager of the club is in the perfect position for success. Board or manager is the problem, nowhere to hide. Injuries is the only uncontrollable. Yeah, well, it is, but then you try to control the controllables and don't overplay guys and don't fucking have him run all day in training and shit and protect him for the running. The guys are fit. Like, I hate when a guy will get rotated. And then the next game coming up, be like, we'll see if he passes the damn fitness. It's like, motherfucker, we're in match week 26. If I'm playing all these games and then you rotate me for a game on Wednesday, I don't need a fucking fitness test to play on Saturday or Sunday. You think I fall out of shape in 3 days? If I'm injured, I'll tell you I'm injured. Like, these players want to win more than the damn manager does. You think they're going to compromise their career or a chance to win if they don't think they can play? We're supposed to end the season with the league and the FA Cup at least. We'll still sack him, but no KFC, we won't sack him. Yeah. Big up to Tony Cloud. You're speaking of Tony. Look who shows up. Tony, you say Candyman 3 times. He shows up. Say Tony Cloud 3 times. Bam, there he is. Dal says, sack him if we only win the Prem by 2 or 3 points. This is a deeper conversation that Dal and I have had. Yeah? Now, it sounds, hyperbolic, but when he puts context to it, it actually makes sense. Context matters. People don't like context when it goes against them. But without context, you can make inflammatory statement. For example, I give you a great example. If I say LeBron James is smashing his teammate's mom, that's an inflammatory statement. If I put that on a headline, it will get clickbait. It will get clicked. Right? In all caps, LeBron James smashing his teammate's mother. Yeah? Inflammatory. But the context is the teammate is his son. And his mother is his wife. So essentially, I'm saying LeBron James is smashing Savannah. But I can make it inflammatory and say he's smashing his teammate's mother. Without the context, it sounds bad. You know what I'm saying? So the context around what Dallas is saying about the 2 to 3 points actually matters a whole lot, but it sounds inflammatory from outside looking in. The best looking Spaniards we know stand. Him walking out and seeing his name in the stands every day after he delivers a trouble, right out. That would fill his ego so high up. You couldn't tell him anything. Maybe that would inspire him to play some open and honest football. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I swear Wahaha knows who KG is. The guy that's on what's it called? The Best of Enemies podcast with Robbie and X Expressions. Upward to Jagas, man. You know, right now. Now they will jump right over righty. We win a quarter, wins us the first Champions League. Right out, they will have that statue up before the parade. And when we're driving by the stadium, they will unveil the Mikel statue, funded by AFTV. You know, the club wouldn't even do it. AFTV will fund that motherfucker themselves. You know what I'm saying? Sunderland are battling Liverpool for Europe. It's important that red, the red in that regard. Like, not a lot of people are going to pick Liverpool to win that game, even if Szoboszlai was in the squad. It's a bad boy place to go. On that play leading up to the miss for Ekitike header, Ekitike should pass to Wirtz on his right. Yep. And that pass to Salah was behind. Yep. He was behind him. That was a shit pass. That's when you're stuck in two minds. You know, that your decision making. Like a baller like Ekitike, who is a baller, we rate him. He can play, top guy. But his decision making in that is where you see that he needs to improve. Because that ball should have went out to Wirtz. And then he and Mo Salah crashed the box. Right? But yeah, he fucked it there. Dal, you know I'm not a damn Seahawks fan, right? You keep making me say this shit, man. They're the home team and my neighbors and everyone loves them. So I ride. But you know what I mean? I'm going to the parade. If I go down to the parade, it's to beat me up something. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Take my wife with me to the parade, yeah? So she can experience one. Because I'm not taking her to London. Yeah, I'll take her to the parade downtown Seattle because she ain't coming to London with me. No, sir. Mm-hmm. Nope. That's a solo trip. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thought you were in Cali this whole time. Nah, man, I'm up the road. I'm up in Seattle, man. Same time zone, though. Big up, man. Might as well go to the parade, get pictures. You know, like it happens all the time in Seattle. So, as fate would have it, the last time I was here, because I lived here from 2013 to 2016. They won it in 2013. So I was here for that. Didn't go to it. But then the Seattle Sounders won the MLS Cup in 2016 as well. You know, so I was here for that too. So, you know, these guys. These are the Seattle Sounders. If you're not looking at the screen right now, I got them super posed on there. And if you look all the way to your right, that is me. They came and trained with us for their preseason training camp, and we smoked the shit out of them. We made them run like no other. Professional athletes, you know, we gave them some hardcore soldier training in the woods with no warmth, with no shelter out in the elements, and they couldn't handle it. And they took that winter and they went on and did their thing in the MLS and won the league. So I did go to their parade, but I didn't go to the parade when the Seattle Seahawks won their first Super Bowl. And they blamed the Denver Broncos 43. 114 injuries we're right now, man. Damn. Biggie Smalls. Listen, Tony, you know, the giddiness, he turned the giddiness down just a little bit. I could agree to that. If the other teams wasn't so poor, we would have won it 100%. You know what I'm so Wahaha knows his basketball, you know. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Wahaha. No context. I don't watch Robbie. Are you, man? You know, I said Robbie and Expressions. Expressions is on there. And if you watch it after a Arsenal loss, it is pure comedy. Because he cooks him. I'm talking about it. He cooks the shit out of Robbie. Sack him if he wins the league. Come on, what kind of context that makes it sound? Win the league and you keep your job. Yeah, he's definitely keeping his job. We're talking about well, it's a deeper conversation that I wouldn't even get back into. But we had it on the American Idiots show on why Dal say what he says. And a full disclaimer, I don't agree, but I understand why some people are saying from this point, if we're barely getting over the league, if we're barely getting over the line from this point, the chances of us retaining the Premier League title next year won't be so great. And through that lens, if retaining the Premier League title is the most important thing next year, should we win it this year, they may have to consider it. Forget Ian Wright, George Graham, Renee should both get one before him. I'm here for that. Wonder how Liverpool feel about Slot out. Oh, bro, I think Big Preach is the only Liverpool fan that I know who does content who is still saying Slot in, and that's only because top 8 finish in the Champions League. Now, Liverpool, they do have Brighton in the cup. FA Cup weekend is this weekend coming up, yeah? So, and I think it's at Anfield. They lose that, maybe even the Champions League finish can't save him. Because he rotated men against Palace in the League Cup and got dealt with. Yeah, he was bad yesterday. And everyone was saying, yo, wait a minute. This brother wait until Man City to have a stinker. Plays well against everyone else. You know, excuse me. If he wins the league and 2 trophies from a possible 26. If Mikel Calamity doesn't do it this year, what sensible player will sign for Arsenal if he stays? Players that are being paid 250 to 300 bags to live in London. I think financial gain for these players means a lot more than we think. But I do hear what you're saying. Then it's a club decision, right? The club has to make a decision from that point. Be like, okay, the Mikel way challenges, the Mikel way competes, but it doesn't win. So we'll move into a different direction. But yeah. Yeah, I will take her to the parade here, but I can't take her to London. I can't take her to the big boy parade in the summer. She's already been to London anyway. I took her there many times. Ian Wright promised my nephew a photo, then went back on his words. Legendary player, but I couldn't see. The thing is, Ian is the reason why I'm an Arsenal fan. Because when I met him in 91, the summer, when I was there, then he signed for us that year. And September is my birthday, and then I see him, on my birthday holding up the Arsenal shirt. I was like, oh shit, that's the rest is history. Because of TV media rival fans getting onto Arsenal for the first half of the season, they make it seem as if winning isn't enough. How you win is not important, I promise you. 10 points, 1 point goal difference. It won't matter for the trophy. It won't matter for the parade. But you know what? If you look at Liverpool, right, and how they won the league last year, walked it. 84 points, we're 74 points. They walked it, right? If they needed to win more games, they would have won more games. Last year's title run-in was not as close as people think. We weren't 10 points clear to Liverpool. They were miles off it. If you ask Liverpool fans last year, hey, Slot did his thing, keep him for 1 more year, cool. But look how quick they turned on him. And they won the league by 10 points. Now, in hindsight, you ask those, hey, we're going to tell you that Arne Slot is going to have a horrid time next year. You're going to be knocked out the League Cup to Palace at home. You're going to lose 4 games in a row. You're going to lose at home to United. You're going to lose at home to City. You're going to lose to all these. And you're going to be playing for a Conference League spot. Most Liverpool fans would have been like, yeah, I don't want that. The Premier League is great, but yeah, move on to someone else. So essentially, what the conversation is, do we want to go through what Liverpool is going through right now? Next year. Like I said, domestic cup double. I'm not even talking about Premier League. I started the season saying domestic cup double. I'm shutting up. I can't be on here beating him up for trophies. Then he delivers 2 and I'm still complaining. But I'm only saying you get to finish your contract. You get to run it out. No extension, none of that stuff. Now, next year, 26-27, you win the Premier League, exactly what John Boy says. All those extensions and all that stuff. Because it will be nice to retain it. Can we get to 40 likes, people? Can we? What are we saying? Still got 33 locked in. Big up everybody. Manners and respect. Big up to that again. Says same manager had us in 19th at one point. Tell Arteta thank you and send him packing. The manager with a preseason 2 to 3 new players don't want 6 more players crap to win 1 trophy. I'm not American, but I live here. Of course you can. Of course you can, my bro. You can jump on that one. You can jump on this one. You're welcome anytime, man. Sometimes, not this show, but normally when I stream later on in the day, I will drop the link in the chat, and then, we just have a chat. But I'm almost done here. I don't do the 2-hour streams like Uncle Views do. And I don't normally do. I don't mind it. It's just been a great chat. Saliba will leave, possibly Gabriel too. But Saliba just signed. Yep, they both just signed. So if they're leaving over the next 2 years, at least we will get top dollar for them. TK will like I can see said there will be no parade in London. Is it gonna rain or something? Is it gonna rain? I'm telling you, well, once I play that music, once I cue up this tune, and I'll play it, man, them are gonna know that BBK is ready to declare the title. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know. It's like I'm doing it. It's not this one, but it's gonna be full of vibes, But once I start playing this, I might even do it. I'm a quick juggle now. Music. Hey. Nah. Yeah, but I have a champions mix queued up. There will be signs that I'm saying. Cue them up. Please, Darren. 39 points left to play for. How you mean? How many of them do we need to win the league? I say we win 10 games, we're good. Right? 10 games, so 30 points will put us at 86. The other 3, because right now I think the maximum amount of points City can get is 89. I lost yesterday, would have been great, But I think we win 10 games, we're safe. 11, short shot. But I'd like to have it wrapped up before then. Like I told Boy 10, I can't do the cardiac thing. If it all goes to crap in November, we lose 5, then what? When top managers were available in summer. And that's the thing. And a part of it is fear of missing out. Top managers are available, fear of missing out on one of the top managers because we're holding on to Mikel because of sentiment. Yeah, definitely going to hold fire, Ozzy. But yeah, once I feel comfortable enough that we can actually get over the line, everyone will know that I'm fully sane. There will be no nervousness. There'll be nothing but confidence. But I'm not there yet. What's to say? Either way, we are in for a huge fall off worth the J. Cole. If we win, he's not changing a thing. If we lose, he'll stand on it to prove that he knows better. You know what? I have put thought to the fact that if Arteta wins the league, playing, Arteta ball, whatever that is, playing his way, will he double down? Yeah? Will Arteta double down on his ways? Be like, yeah, I won the Premier League playing this way. Why would he change? The problem is we don't like how he plays. We don't think it's sustainable for a title defense. We don't think the league is going to unfold like this year. Where we have, excuse me one second, when we have City going through poor form, and then we have the defending champions losing 4 games in a row and that type of shit. You always have to assume that the title defense is going to be even harder than getting over the line for the first time. So if he doubles down and he changes and he doesn't change, we're going to expect more boring football, loads of injuries because he relies on the same players over and over and over and over again. Unless he gets rid of certain players the reason why he overplays players because he doesn't trust this one. But the player he overplays is his captain when we have players who are better than that in this position. So that really doesn't make any sense. Someone in the chat said the title race begins now. Let's see the mentality of the squad and the players. Squeaky bum time. Big up to Ozzy, man. Any player coming is only coming here for the money. White House should have been sorted. and the entire dressing room, and, and destroyed by the club. Footy says, I fear it will be like Liverpool this season if Arteta stays. If he gets more time, has to be pressure or something in that year. I hear it. Get top dollar. BBK, do you want to support your club or the highest sale? Highest sale is Chamberlain to this day. Yeah, we don't sell well, innit? But when you look at we look like an absolute joke when it comes to sales. We've never had a £50 million sale, £60 million sale. It's mad. We'll find a way to mess up that sale. What are your thoughts on the halftime show yesterday? Oh shit. The production was great. The production is why artists work so hard to get to a certain level where you can put on a show like that with a production with that type of money. Because normally if you go on tour for that type of production, it will eat into your budget. But the NFL prints money. Yeah. The NFL made like fucking 30 million for every 30-second commercial that they made yesterday. So NFL made bank. So they have the type of money to put into that type of production. The production was wicked. Unless you speak Spanish, I can understand why you didn't love the performance. I don't know too many Bad Bunny songs, but I understand enough Spanish to know what he was talking about. I never liked the joking and the wine. The man up on the stage like some jokey jam business. I understand. The wine pan a gal, you know? I don't want to see that man a joke and a jam all the, you understand? But I didn't mind the performance. I understand, the Latino community, big. We have BX Gunner, we got Guna Rican TV, who I think that man got Puerto Rican roots as well. So the production was great. But because a lot of people didn't understand what he was saying, they're implying that the performance was bad. I don't think the performance was bad, so to speak. But I hear it. I think the performance was the production, man. I was so in awe of the production, and watching it at home, you get it. You appreciate the production more because when you're at home, they show you what they want you to see. In the stadium, you can look wherever, so the camera angles, what we were seeing at home versus the people in the stadium, they probably didn't enjoy it as much. But I don't think it was the worst performances. Some people are saying it was the worst ever, but there's some underbelly thing going on there that I don't really fuck with. AJ says if he loses the League Cup, we must sack him because only the new manager Buns can save us in the Prem. Now, we pay 6 Premier League games, a FA Cup, and a Champions League game before the final. Those 6 games can either see us grow the lead, or we can shrink, or we can stay the same. If the league grows between now and then, I think we're still on. If it's 3 or 1 game swing, or they remain in striking distance, and I guess it depends on how we quote unquote would lose the final. Say they do us like PSG did Inter in the Champions League final, then I could see it being long. I can see that. Waver says that's fair. I can see the point, but I don't believe for a moment that once we start winning, we will end up like Slot. That wasn't Slot's team, in my opinion. Arteta has built this one from the ground up. Fair point. Fair point there, Waver. Big up. It can rain on the league parade. Don't think you lot will care? Matter of fact, I think the rain would make the parade even better. We used to have this West Indian Day parade in Brooklyn on Eastern Parkway every September, Labor Day, and it's nicer with the rain because the Trini ladies and the ladies from Bermuda and all these places, all they wear is paint. They paint on their costumes. Then the rain comes and wash the shit off, and they don't leave. They stay there and they partake. You know what I'm saying? Arteta scrapped the team that won him the FA Cup and has not won anything in 5 years. That's the truth of the situation. But this bunch postured to win 4 trophies from this point. You're postured to win 4, leave with 2, and I think the majority of the fans will be happy, regardless of what 2 it is. I am gassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, Well, I think you fleeced Fulham for ESR. Nah, I think Fulham is cool. I think we fleeced Everton with Iwobi. I think that was money laundering. You know what I mean? I think he already did. Did he? I think he already did. I saw him walk out on the pitch and got introduced to the fans. You know? ESR than Odegaard. Lord. He turned Ox into a winner when he played. I got a soft spot for Ox, man. The last game that I watched at the Emirates, Ox scored a brace against Reading, October 2016. The last time I went to the Emirates. So I stopped going. I'm protesting, man, until these man. And then, you know, March 22nd or beyond this season, I can actually come on stream in my kits. You know, because, you know, I love my Warrant Officer hoodies. I got 13 of these fuckers. All colors. I just really like the black ones, the black and gold in that. Right? But I made a conscious pledge that I will not promote Arsenal. I won't, you know, wear the kits on stream until we start winning trophies. And I'm proud to, you know what I mean? Like that. So I want to be streaming in my kits. So Arsenal, you got, today is February what? The 9th? Today is the 9th. So yeah, we got a little over a month and 6 weeks or so before the final. Big up to Puerto Rican. Coming in before you. Big up my Puerto Ricanos. Big up my G. Puerto Riqueño, my G. Anyone can give me 5 reasons for Calamity to stay here any longer. They like him. We're going to win the Carabao, possibly win the league. They like him. They like him. Or 6. He's hitting the Cronky's KPIs. You know, the key performance indicators for his performance evaluation review. He is doing exactly what they asked of him. The NFL don't put money on it, bro. The artist does all that. I remember when they spoke on the weekend doing it and said he paid for it all. So there's a documentary on. There's a production budget that the network, the league, and the artists sit down and because Kendrick is a superstar rap, but the kind of money that Kendrick would have to pay for his production last year would hurt Kendrick's pockets. It's a drop in the bucket for the NFL, who pays their commissioner that type of money. The NFL is, but I hear you, Wesley. Yeah. Babs, you know, Babs having 5 reasons for everything. 5 reasons, 5 things I learned about my wife last night. and it's really one reason. He just puts a little bit of spin on this one. 5 things we learned. Yeah, that's people lap it up, you know. For Latinos, that show us everything. Share the experience and love. Yeah. The American populace is afraid of what they don't understand. They don't understand what the hell Bad Bunny was saying, so they think it's trash. You know what I mean? I like the show despite knowing very spotty Spanish. Yeah, I like the culture. Yeah, I love the culture, man. So I'm here. BBK, you are wrong for that, bro. So when the paint washes off, it's just a live show without the need for a laptop or the internet. Yeah, the rain comes, and we check the weather, and they know it's gonna rain, and they still paint on that shit and come out there. They got on these big old peacock costumes, and it's Labor Day parade in Brooklyn. Google it, man. It's the first Monday in every September. It's Labor Day weekend in America. It's Brooklyn. Eastern Parkway is this long ass street, and it's wide as hell. It's locked down for all the Caribbean people to go. They have a Puerto Rican Day parade in June. They have a Dominican Day parade. They have a Macy's Day parade in November around Thanksgiving time. But the West Indian Day parade is Labor Day weekend in Brooklyn. Get there. In the 90s and early 2000s, that it used to be fire. It kind of died down for a little bit because the youngins used to come out and do dumb shit. But I heard it's making a way back. You know, it's making its way back. So I haven't been there for time. because of military duties and all that. But now I'm a free agent. You know what I mean? I can go back. Big up to Jacques Cousteau. What you telling me? Yeah, well, I don't know what that is. A former striker for Southampton, way back. LFC Monster with the answer. The moment we win the League Cup, Positive Dan will be in this chat on Smoke. Same with Catch. Yeah, bro, them man have Positive Dan, Catch, even SB, because SB gives Top Gun energy too. I'm not gonna separate SB and Catch. They have top. They fall on the positive side, right? The enabler side. Big him up still, you know. But yeah, Positive Dan. They got Shane, Views, Aaron, North, Guns. Everyone who has had any kind of critical opinion of Arteta and the club, they got clips ready to unload. I'm like, bro, you can say whatever the hell you want. When we win this Premier League title, I'll be too giddy to have a pop at anyone. Even if we lose it, I'll be too angry to have a pop at any of them motherfuckers. Because this was supposed to be the season of no excuses any damn way. You know what I mean? You know. Big up to Jacques Cousteau, man. Big up, man. It's question: what strategy gives us Nani instead of Semenyo or Rodrigo, or Maresca instead of Gehi? Who's that? I don't know who this name. Oh, Mascara instead of Gehi. If they lose the title, we lost it before it started. Yeah, we all know how I feel about the Nani signing when it was announced. But you know, Nani is here. You know, hasn't been pulling up trees, but I'm not gonna act like I'm surprised at Nani's performance because this is what I thought would happen. You know, a lot of twist and turn and chops and flashes of brilliance in the Champions League, especially. But in the league, the end product it's just not there. And the thing with Gay, Arsenal wasn't ready. Arsenal was going to pay him $350K. So City was competing with themselves, or maybe PSG for his signature, because Liverpool wasn't going to pay that. Because if we paid Gay that, then Saliba and Gabriel, you're going to pay Gay 3. You got to pay them 4. Wesley said, I just saw something in the performance, the part that reached into the living room setup, and he gave a Grammy to the kid. That was like him giving the younger self that part. That was, yeah. He did that. Then he did the part with the sleeping kid at the wedding. You know, he did his thing. You know, he did his thing, man. Injuries too. AJ, no caps. Big up to Waver, man. Listen, Waver's a part of the fam now, people. We welcome Waver in. You know what I mean? You know how we do on BBK Sports. It's a family. Big up, man. More dappings going on. Big Puerto Rican, Puerto Ricanos. Big up the Boricuas in the building. I was watching the game at that time, knocked on the door, went back, and they got a pen, right? I couldn't believe that. It's like, damn. Allison really fucked it, you know. But I think if Allison stayed on his feet there, I don't know. I don't think it was that Diaz could lob him from there. From that, the angle was kind of tight. And you would expect one of the experienced Liverpool defenders to clear anything off the line once the goalie went. You know, it was just a big up to you, man. Arsenal still winning the league, Gunarican says. Hey, I hear it now. Judging by Chelsea plays, we undersold ESR. England International and all them something there. You don't know who Positive Dan is. Should I remind everyone who Positive Dan is? Cover your ears, people. Cover your ears.
When was Arsenal founded, Rob? Because I know you know
1886.
How many years is that? 200 years. Under what manager have we scored the most goals? Under what manager have we scored the most goals in Arsenal's history?
I didn't know it was the year on Arteta,
It's
isn't it?
Mikel Arteta. When have we got the most wins? Mikel Arteta. Right? I've seen us smoke Chelsea 5-0. I've seen us smoke Man City 5-1. Don't tell me that Arteta ain't got that in him, because he has.
Why today, then?
I'm not going to lie. Today he let me down. He let me down.
Today he let me down. Today he let me down. You saw the veins. You saw the veins in that bucklock neck. You see it? Today he let me down. See that frustration with the veins popping out of his neck? That's the real feeling. That's what I like to say. I like to talk to these men in the heat of the moment while we're fucking things up, because that's when you get the real them. When they get time to process and do the PR thing, they can come out and say shit like, we're doing this and find all the silver linings. But in the middle of it, that's when you get the real them. Today he let me down. That's how I feel every fucking game that we don't win. Let me down. Did you rate John Joe Shelby as a footballer? Yeah. It wasn't, rate him as for what he was, was a mid player to a good player on his day, was never great. Unbelievably overrated. Yeah, tell him. Positive that is a bloke. And when you preempt and you name yourself Positive Dan, we already know that you're going to spin everything. You know what I mean? So, Jam Boy, I never said that Slot will win the league. I said fall off when Liverpool defending the title is because it's not his team. Arteta got rid of Unai Wenger's players that won the FA Cup, except two. I think the two is Pep. The two is who? Martinelli and Saka. Yeah. Still don't have. I only know that part. Well, now we have introduced you to Positive Dance. He's getting free pub. Yeah, and that was a real wedding. Real wedding. There's a lot of the Bad Bunny's performance will be unpacked over the next 24 hours. It's I don't know what the numbers are for the Super Bowl, but it's the most watched TV program other than the World Cup final or the Champions League final. They had world-class players led to that squad, man, and then we didn't give them a proper challenge, Jam Boy. Bro, I'm out here thinking Potts went positive. He's on the quad train. Nah, I don't think Potts is on the quad train yet, is he? So Nunny is a farmer now. I wouldn't trust him with a rake or a hoe. He twists, he turns, he this and that, and then dribbles the ball out of bounds, The thing is, Nunny is good when he doesn't have to think. If he has to think, his damn brain can't think faster than his feet. His feet always look like he's out of control, like he don't know which direction he's going. You know what I mean? Nah, that's his name. That's his name. It's his actual name. I know. But he's been he goes around. He clips us up. There was a Bruce Banana episode where he clipped us up and said that we weren't fit to wear the badge because Jess says Arteta was tactically inept. Coming off the back of a loss, 200 years, mate. 200 years, mate. Make a lot of time. What's that? Allison falling off a cliff, says Jacques Cousteau. That Brentford game smells like one of our textbook slips. Wouldn't be surprised one bit if we drop points. You see that PTSD creeping back in. Yeah. I think John Joe, he was a baller, but I think he got put in conversations, that he didn't really belong in, so to speak. Because when you say overrated, people automatically think you hate the player. Like if I say Jude Bellingham is overrated, I don't think he is overrated. A very good player. Old bench. Saka and Martinelli are the only two I think that were still in the squad from then. Apparently, the electric poles were raising awareness for an outdated electricity system in Puerto Rico. Yeah, what was that hurricane they got like? Because I was in Fort Bragg at the time, and we had humanitarian assistance that had to go to Puerto Rico. And when Trump was throwing the paper towels, and they still haven't recovered for that. You know what I mean? Lots of outages. Yeah. I hear it. Tony, the giddy boss, says, my brother Taryn, Arsenal will win the league. Liverpool is crap. Forest did them dirty too at Anfield, and they're fighting relegation. I don't believe this City hype. So Tony, you don't believe your eyes, yeah? You don't believe your eyes. You saw when Bernardo Silva scored that goal. You saw what the fuck he did. There was no celebration. Man went and got the ball and go put it on the damn line. That sends that right there. What put fear in the Liverpool man? Them man went and grabbed the ball and put it on the line like we are going to win this game. 85 minutes on the clock. I don't give a. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to win this thing. There was no pile up and everyone laying on each other. Man said, grab the ball. We just equalized. We're going for the win. They went for the win. You know what I mean? But there's Tony's link, people. If you want some more giddy juice, you want some of the giddy juice, my friend, you can get it. Noni would rake the path and left the field untouched. He would rake straight out of bounds. He wouldn't go towards the goal. You know what I mean? Jason Gooden, the whole show had so many stories of Puerto Rico in the U.S. and how it did. It did. When he was walking through the food, the sugar cane, you know, Jamaica, that's a thing. The sugar cane. I was talking to a Puerto Rican dude at the bar the other day, and I was telling him we have the same shit, the same food in Jamaica. We just call it different stuff. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people, because they didn't understand what the hell Bad Bunny was saying, kind of, you know, rubbed certain type of people the wrong way, if you know what I mean. Shelby was underrated. See? Differences in opinion. We're not an echo chamber here, people. See? None, in my opinion, is not good on a football pitch. That deal was worse than the William deal. But you know what? You remember in the beginning when they tried to tell us that he was coming here for 50K, only 50K, and that was a goddamn lie. Why did they need to push that lie? And we find out that Nani is on 150. So that's why he came. You're not leaving your team the day before a final for the same money to come play for Arsenal, especially when you know you're not a starter. You have Saka and Nelly, and Ljungberg had just handed Saka his debut earlier that season, and he didn't play in the final. Here, well, Saka get to lift the trophy this season, you know, on March 22nd, because I think he will be back for that. He will be back for the final. Probably start Maria, motherfucking Maria. See, the chat is go to see. I know. Fortunately, I couldn't get to go on that trip. I was, you know, in the headquarters. Didn't get to put boots on ground in Puerto Rico, but I would have loved that, man. But I remember that, man. John Joe wasn't enough for what Liverpool wanted. Good at whatever he went later, but he was ridiculed for his name. Over in UAE, playing on the same team as Ravel in Division 2 over there. Okay. I saw it, and you know the transfer, the Champions League made me real. I saw man like David Luiz still playing football for like Paphos or some shit, right? I didn't even. These men are gonna die on the pitch, you know. Yeah, but big up, man. Yeah, yep. He's over there, man. Puerto Rican, big up. What's going on in America? Everyone in power. Is everyone in power? Kid Rock has a case on him as well. You can't make it up, right on. It's money and influence make these people. If you have bad character, if you have no moral compass, and then you're given wealth and power, bad combination, and that's what it is. It's not a. It's there are a lot of people who are PDFs, but they don't have money, power, and influence, so no one cares. You know what I mean? But what you're seeing is just a microcosm of who we are as a people. You know what I mean? But you give bad people money, power, and influence, and you know that's what happens. You know, Felix Tito Trinidad was the boxer for. Yep, he was. So was Miguel Cotto. I think Miguel Cotto was Puerto Rican as well. I don't know who was performing when I saw the replay in the cafe this morning, but it was obvious it was sent a cultural message. Yeah, most people knew Bad Bunny. Who didn't know Bad Bunny knew him when he featured on, I think, was it Cardi B? On Cardi B's I Like It Like That. You know, But yeah. Oh, Ra, you're in neck of the woods. Now look at Jam Boy. Jimmy Bullet went to the same high school as I did. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. Absolute legend. Absolute legend that Jam Boy is. I said I saw Ribéry show up in the FC spots that made it be sad. But that's what I'm saying. We're going to separate the men from whatever we know them from, because we don't know these motherfuckers. Like, we'll separate R. Kelly from the music, right? Because the song all of a sudden, and the words and the melody don't all of a sudden become a shit song because he was doing dumb shit, right? So we'll separate the footballer, because the only reason why we know Ribéry is because of the football. There are people on that list that we don't know fuck all about, and we don't care. So we will separate the football, because we talk about Ribéry as a football player, nothing else. So fuck all that other shit. God damn. Damn. Do I have anything on the soundboard queued up for this? My God. Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Damn. That is crazy. I don't even go into the conspiracy thing. I haven't been into none of this Epstein shit. I'm like, you know what? Don't concern me. I'm going to leave it alone. Or did we? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Schweinsteiger blessed the MLS with his presence after his European career ended. Oh, Jesse, you're good, Vinci. People graduated to that song. You know what I mean? I see people get married to R. Kelly and Celine Dion. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's bad. John Joe balled at Newcastle. His style of play is what all the men them saw, and he was one of us. He came through at Charlton, but went from East London. Big up to Adam Lamino, man. Big you up, Magena. Big up. We do have to go beyond the headlines. Some of them are guilty of sending an email. You know, they you know, that peace of mind is priceless, you know, when you know that no one can knock on your door for no type of fuckery, regardless of the protection and all this. This a peace of mind is priceless. That no one can come knock on your door and say, hey, we got a warrant for this. Nah, I was not involved in none of that. Big up to Hendo, the pilot. So we're going to call Endo, you know, the flight master. Big up to Hendo every time, man. Hope you're good. You know what? That would make sense why Endo is always telling about the goddamn weather and, you know, sunny here, the temperature here, this and that, because he flies. He flies fucking airplanes. So the weather is extremely important to him. He's on there. Mako. His mother is JT on there as well. Wow. I said I wouldn't go 2 hours, people. This damn is over. It's over 2 hours. What time is it? Oh shit! It's goddamn 9:30. Had to be somewhere, you know. You absolute legends, man. I saw Stabozo let Salah take a free kick. Never again. Took the extra free kick. Score. That deflected past the Silva, not a goal plan. Allison lost his mind. City didn't do City things. Okay, so there's a silver lining behind the win. Liverpool imploded, yeah? The City didn't do City things. Liverpool did a bottle job. Liverpool put a 1-0 lead with 6 minutes to go in a bottle. That's what we're going with. All right, Gary, I got you. It's wild, you know. Oh, man. Listen, people. Listen. Money exposes character, you know. I hear it. Mad one. At least 3 more likes. Get us to 20. What are we on the like count? I don't even know, you know, because I'm in the studio, y'all. I'm not worried by it. But big up, man. Listen, people. Please subscribe to the channel. Do so. We're on the way to 2K for our first giveaway or our second giveaway for months. It's talking Ribéry, so yeah, 43 likes. Yeah, man, big up, people. But love, people. It is all love. Yeah, man, big one up, I'm gonna love you and leave you now. Still, got to go do some errands and run some things. Got to go say hi to the neighbors and congrats on the win and all them something there. You know what I mean? But big up to everyone who tuned in. Hit a like on the video, sharing all them something there. We will be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day. We do this daily. It's love. Like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
It's Sean Paul, Lil Jon, J-Bo, Young Bloods.